Okay, so here we are. We've got we're doing a service on a cat. The model number is 66DX35G1I or G1L. It's a cat pump on a pressure washer. She was having some issues earlier on in the year with water coming out of the valving at the back. The thermostatic valve was replaced down the back here, about $11. Water was pouring out of there. There was no thermostatic relief at all. Water was just pouring out. So we've had some issues with this pump, and we look up here. You can see these are valves. Whether we can focus on there. As you can see, these things are split, so they've got little cracks in them. So we're going to be replacing some of these valves and the springs and the guides with some new ones. See, that one's already that one's got a split in two places. Can you see that there? There it is. And not only that, too, you get a little bit of throat wear on here. Whether we can focus in on there. There's some throat wear going on inside there. Where's one I had a look at earlier? There, this one. Maybe you can zoom in on this. There we go. See the pitting going on? There's probably some oxygen in the water, some contaminants, metals and things, and it's starting, because it's under high pressure, starting to pit the valve seats. So we're replacing all of these things, the springs, the guides, the little seats, and you know, the little cups here. So what we've done is we've just bought a kit from Cat, and it's this kit here. And it comes with a new O-ring. In fact, it comes with 3 O-rings, and new valve seats and plugs, and the new springs and retainers. So what we're going to do is just take one of the old ones out. So over here, you know, these are, I believe they're 15/16 of an inch. So we're just undoing these right now. We're going to pull these out, and inside here, we've loosened this up. This was a real pain in the arse to get up, by the way. So this O-ring will be replaced, and right in here you'll see the valve seat. So we're going to get that out and replace it. Wiggle that out there. Just use the screwdriver, just ever so loosely, just to pop it out. Let's see if I can pick it out. There we go. So this is the old one. Not in bad shape actually, but there is some marks on it. But while we've got the new kit, then we'll just replace all of it. The springs go a bit soft on them, and they don't start to plunge too well with the amount of pressure coming out of this pump. This whole unit is a 13 horsepower with this Cat pump on. I want to say it's 4,000. I want to say it was 4,200 psi. So it's quite a high pressure pressure washer. So the oil's been changed in this. We've put the new Cat oil in here. Filled it up with one of their bottles. Oil's been changed on the Honda engine. This is a GX390 non-electric start, recoil operated. So we've actually put in, I think we went with 5W40 fully synthetic in there. I think we actually put Castrol 5W40 in there. We didn't have any 10W30, so I went with 5W40. So, but basically it's a fully synthetic oil, and it will be fine for this engine. And then the proper Cat pump oil in here, up to the correct level. There's a little sight glass if we look around on this side. There's the little sight glass there. It's hard to see from this position there, but we're smack bang in the middle of it. And she's in good shape. It's just she's a little bit old, and needed a pretty much a service. So she's got a new spark plug-in, new air filter, and so forth, which has been quite a long time. Oh, look at that. Bloody mosquito just got me. Watch out for mosquitoes in here right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this out of the packets here. The big O-ring goes on here, and then the small unit is going to go down inside there. Whether we can see, I can put a light on in there, maybe not, but right in there there's an O-ring, so that O-ring will come out, and the O-ring that's in here is actually this O-ring on the end of the retainer. So we're going to pop that out, put it back in, and then and tighten it up, and then we'll give it a go. But the kit is 3426 valve kit NBR, which is a bunch of different pumps from Cat. This pump is actually about at least 12 years old, I want to say, and it's been absolutely brilliant. The unloader still works on it, so we can adjust the pressure coming through here. The only thing I had to replace was the thermostatic valve. Clean this pressure release valve off here, and put a new one of these on. One of the new spigot inlets, because the plastic had cracked right through the middle here, and so it wasn't doing any good. Obviously, I've got an old brass fitting here, which has got whether we can focus in on there, which is going to end up being threaded back into this point here. Other than that, it's a fairly straightforward fix for these pumps, and like I said, this thing's been running for years, and it way produces more than the original pump that was on it. I'm not sure of the brand of the pump that this replaced, but this is 10 times better. And I'm not joking around here. This Cat pump is way better than the pump that actually came with this pressure washer. And this is an XL model, so it was a semi-professional one. And like I said, it's about 4,200 PSI. But this Cat pump replaced the old pump, and I want to say it gave it probably like another 300 PSI or thereabouts. So it's incredibly powerful in its form. So let's get undoing this packet. We'll undo this packet, get these valve guides and these seats out. We'll use some of this O-ring lube. Sometimes I'll use the silicone O-ring lube that you'd use on a diving gear, but in this case, this O-ring lube is absolutely fine. Once it's seated, then it'll, obviously lube itself with water and pressure. So once it's seated, it'll be fine. But as I say, this O-ring lube is pretty good. But usually I'll use silicone O-ring lube because of the higher pressures involved. But this, I think for this thing, it's going to be fine. Let me undo this, and we'll go from there. Over and out. Back in a second.